So hello everyone, my name is Becky with Scott Leroy Marketing. Today we are going to be covering what Scott Leroy Marketing can do for you. So if you are here with me live as we go through, please drop any questions you have in the chat. I will do my best to get them answered in real time. For the sake of timing, I may just save them all for the end, but if you do drop a question in the chat and I don't respond right away, I'm not ignoring you, I promise. I will definitely get those answered for you. I just may have to save them for the end of class. If you're watching this back on recording, you can always reach out to us with questions at support@scottleroymarketing.com. I'm going to drop that email address in the chat for everyone here with me live as well. You can always email us. Again, it's support@scottleroymarketing.com. Before we fully jump in here, I also want to share our YouTube channel with you. I just dropped the link in the chat for that as well. But a couple things I want to point out on our YouTube channel. First is today's class recording will be uploaded on our YouTube channel within 24 hours, and you will be able to find it here. I dropped that in the chat for you, but you can also just search for Scott Leroy Marketing on YouTube, and this is us here. When you are on our YouTube channel, I always strongly recommend that you check out the Videos tab. The Videos tab you can see either by going through here, or you can click on this, just this word right here that says Videos. Right here it's going to give you the most recent 12 videos, but if you go into the Videos tab, it's going to show you all of our videos, and it's going to have the most recent ones at the top. We do always recommend searching for those most recent videos, so if you are using the search feature, make sure you're checking the dates. I'll give you an example of that in a second. These are going to be our most recent ones. Things are always changing with command and the services that we offer here at Scott Leroy Marketing. So even today's class is going to look a tiny bit different, not too much different than our last one. Just some changes to our website and things like that. So things are always changing, so we just recommend looking for the most recent videos to make sure you have up-to-date information, because it can get a little confusing if it looks a bit different than ours. So for example, when you are using the search feature here, we'll search for today's class, and the first one that pulls up is 3 months ago. That's not super old, but sometimes the ones from 1 year ago, or a month ago, 10 months ago, 13 days ago is currently our most recent one. So if you're searching, we just always recommend you keep an eye on those dates to find the most recent one. If you're not sure if you have the most recent one, you can always reach out to us as well via email, support@scottleroymarketing.com, or if something looks different in your video than you're seeing in your command, again, you can always reach out to us, and we can help provide some guidance or an updated video for you or something along those lines. So again, just keep an eye on those dates. So without further ado, we're going to jump over to what Scott Leroy Marketing can do for you. And we're going to start on the Scott Leroy Marketing website. It's just scottleroymarketing.com. I just dropped it in the chat for you. Yours will probably look a little bit different. Mine says well, not too different. Mine says log out, whereas yours will say log in. That should be the only difference. So you'll want to log in. You'll log in with your Market Center number. If you're not sure of your Market Center number, you can always ask your Market Center staff, or you can always email us, and we'd be happy to help find that for you. So you would just go ahead and log in with that Market Center number. And once we're in here, we're going to be spending most of our time under this Agent Resources tab today. So the first thing I want to point out to you is these questionnaires, and I'm going to open one of them in a new tab real quick, actually. So this is what a questionnaire is going to look like. It's going to have a bunch of questions, and all of the different categories of questionnaire are going to bring you to the same screen. So if you select the wrong questionnaire, you'll be able to change the answer to those questions. For example, if you chose new agent and you're actually transferring between market centers, you can go ahead and change that there. But we're going to go ahead and go through the categories of our questionnaires just the same, so that you kind of know what each of them are. It'll help you answer those questions as well. So the first one we're going to look at is the new agent questionnaire. And a new agent questionnaire is going to be someone who is joining Keller Williams for the first time. Does not mean that you are just joining, that you just became a real estate agent. It just means you're joining KW for the very first time and you need a full new setup. The next is going to be an admin questionnaire, and this one is generally going to be for a team admin. Um, Sorry, I have to let somebody in, and when I do that, it takes me off the questionnaire screen real quick. All right. But the admin questionnaire is generally going to be for someone on a team as a non-licensed associate. So generally you would be doing some type of support for a team, whether that's like transaction coordination, marketing, admin, things like that. Next, you'll see a capper questionnaire. So a capper is generally someone coming from another brokerage. You would already have done quite a few deals. You have quite a bit of production under your belt. Basically, this just lets us know that you most likely have transactions going on, and so your setup needs to be speedy and accurate. So we don't want to cause a type of lapse in your business when we are doing your setup. So again, a capper, you would do quite a few transactions already, and you're most likely coming from another brokerage. Next, we have expansion. And expansion means you're in more than one KW office. So you could be in a state where you're very near, state lines and you have your license in both states and two different market centers. It could also mean that maybe you travel a lot, you have a license hung in two different KW market centers, for example, like one in Florida and one in California. There's also expansion teams, so that would fall under the same bucket. Next is a hidden agent setup. So that is most likely going to be for someone who is already in production with another brokerage. So you would be transferring to KW, but maybe you haven't fully made that transition yet. You want to go ahead and get everything set up and running so that when you do transition, everything is smooth. But basically, the hidden agent setup allows us to hide those profiles for you. Next is Market Center staff, and that is fairly self-explanatory. That's going to be for your Market Center staff, whether that is your Director of First Impressions, Agent Services Coordinator, MCA, Team Leader, anything along those lines would be Market Center staff. Returning would mean you were at KW previously and you left for any length of time. It could be, you left for 2 months, a year, 5 years, 10 years. This just means that you are already going to have a command account and you'll be reactivating that account. And so there's some different things that we would need to set up or make changes to in that one. Next we have, oh, sorry, went all over the place there. Next we have a team, which means you would be an agent on a team. So just joining the team. Sometimes this could be for a non-licensed associate, but those would generally fall under the admin. So this would generally just be a licensed agent joining a team. And then finally, you have transfer agent. And that is going to be when you are transferring between market centers. So you're transferring, whether you're transferring across, the country or from, one state to another, or just transferring locally between two different KW brokerages, that would be your transfer agent questionnaire. We also have this one right here. This is actually a questionnaire as well, the tech refresh tab right here. And that is going to be for anyone who's been at KW for any length of time, and you've had your setup done by us, but you want to, maybe it was a while ago when we weren't offering some different things like TidyCal or Zoom or anything like that. So maybe it was back then when we weren't offering those setups and you want to have those set up. You can fill out the tech refresh questionnaire and we can go in, audit your systems, make sure everything is set up properly, and make sure you have those third-party platforms set up that we are setting up. So once you do fill out those questionnaires, every market center is a little bit different with how they have you fill out those questionnaires. Some will fill it out for you. Some will, have a meeting with you and fill it out together with you. And some will have you fill it out on your own. Totally depends on the market center. Everyone's a little bit different. But once that questionnaire has been filled out, you're going to get an email that looks something like this. So it's going to say Keller Cloud setup complete. It'll have your name right here and your market center number. So remember, we did talk about having a market center number to sign into the Scott Leroy Marketing website. If you did get one of these, you can also grab that number here. So you'll see there's your market center number is going to be in a couple different places in this email. We try to make it as easy as possible for you to know what you're looking for and find that market center number. So scrolling down, you're going to see Welcome to Keller Williams. And it'll have a brief intro, Welcome to your KW Technology Suite. We have a video here that really walks you through how to read your Keller Cloud Complete email. So that's going to be basically how to read this email. It's going to be the same thing we're covering today, really. So you might not need to check that out. If you'd like to, absolutely go right ahead. But it is going to cover the same information we're covering right now, actually. So scrolling down, you'll see notes from your onboarding team. And the notes from your onboarding team section is going to have any notes from our setup team. Maybe, for example, something wasn't working properly. Maybe there was an outage in command or a glitch in command or something like that, and we were unable to get something added for you. Or it could be just simple like, please share your headshot and biography and we can get that updated for you. So it'll depend, but we highly recommend checking out this notes from your onboarding team section, as it's going to have any important notices from our team on things that couldn't be completed or just things that we need to finish everything out for you. If you have questions about whatever is in the notes section, you can always reply to this email. We're happy to, maybe, there was an outage in command, we're happy to check and see if it's up and running again. Or happy to clarify anything in those notes there. So feel free to reach out to us with questions on that if you have any questions on the notes there. Next, you have the SLM website password, and this is just going to be your market center number, which is, also going to be up here in the subject line. And here, again, we try to put it as many places as possible. It's a direct link to the Scott Leroy marketing website right here, and right here on how to use our website. Same thing, it's going to be a link there. Moving down, we start to get our logins. So you're going to have your Keller Cloud logins. These are going to be what you use to sign into Command App, KW Connect, Keller Home Loans, things like that. So you're going to see this login here. Something I do want to point out when we're talking about this username, it's not case sensitive. So you can just copy it exactly as it is, or you can just type it in all lowercase. It does not matter. The username is not case sensitive. The password is case sensitive, so you do want to make sure you're grabbing that exactly. Another thing is if you are like double clicking to copy and paste it, it doesn't necessarily grab those special characters. So you just want to make sure that if you are copying and pasting, you're grabbing any special characters in there. And also that you're not grabbing a space before or after, because if you do have a space in your password when you enter it in to sign into command, it's going to give you an error saying wrong password or incorrect password. So just something to keep in mind there. There's a link right here to bring you to sign into command, which is just agent.kw.com. Moving down, you have Google Workspace, and this is going to be your KW email. So if we had that set up for you, you'll see it right here, as well as the password. This is going to be just used through Google, so you can go to gmail.com or use the Gmail app, and you can sign into your KW email there. So there's a link right here to access Gmail, update your verification, and KW email insights right here. This one is just going to be a playlist on some tips and tricks for your KW email that we've created for you. If we did set up email forwarding for you, we'll let you know right here. So things like that. I will say I get a lot of questions on people are clicking here and they're like, oh, this is bringing me to my regular KW email or my regular non-KW email. It's not bringing me to sign in to my KW email. If that's the case, you do have to log in separately for your KW email. You would just click your name or logo or initial in the top right corner, and then you would just click add another account right here, and then you can sign in with those logins. So just something to note there. Moving down, you have the KW Command IDX website, Command Email, Consumer App, and KW Agent Profile. So the Command IDX website, that's going to be your personalized agent website. It's going to be personal to you. It's got it'll generally have your name, whatever you selected on your questionnaire, and you'll see that here, .kw.com. You can click there and go view it as a consumer. KW Consumer App, again, it's going to be personalized, branded directly to you. It's an app they can download directly from this link right here, and it will download branded to you. And the KW agent profile, that is what people are going to be seeing if they search for you on kw.com. So if they go to kw.com, say search for an agent, and then they search for your name, this right here is what they're going to see. So one thing to note with these three right here is you do not have an agent sign in directly on those platforms. So if you go to kw.com or your website or your consumer app, you would have to create an account like any consumer would to be able to view it as a consumer would. So there's not a separate agent login. All the changes would be made through command, so you don't have a separate login for those. Moving down, you have Keller Home Loans and Keller Covered, so you can go check those out, your personal link. There's also a link to Twilio right here. So Twilio is a text messaging service that you can connect to command. It is not free. You would have to purchase a subscription for that. We do find that a lot of agents like to use it, which is why we include it here to try to make your life as easy as possible. You do not have to use Twilio at all if you do not want to, but if you want to, we just want to make sure that option is available for you right there. Moving down, you will have DocuSign. I do see a question, any ideas about subscription prices for Twilio? I don't remember off the top of my head. I believe it can start as low as like $5 a month or something like that. And it'll change the amount of text messages you get per thing, but it's fairly cost efficient. So you should be able to find one that would fit your budget through there. DocuSign. So with DocuSign, this is going to be a DocuSign Rooms account, which is different than just a regular DocuSign account. So we would set that up for you. It's going to be what you use to send out contracts for signatures and things like that, and then link them to your opportunities in command for compliance with your Market Center. So you'll have that login there, both your email and password for that account. This one right here, I do want to urge you to save this, save it somewhere. If you use like a password manager, maybe you have a notes section in there if you want to go add that in. But this is going to be important if you are trying to save your or try to reset your password. It's going to ask you this security question, and you will have to enter in this whatever answer is here. It's different for every agent, so it's going to be specific to you. So just make sure you keep an eye on that. So save this email, star it, save it as a PDF, whatever you would like to do to save that. But just make sure you have this security question and answer right here. The answer does need to be entered exactly as is. So if it has dots or dashes in there, you'll have to enter those in exactly as they are. Moving down, we have Canva. So fairly recently, in the past, maybe 2 months ago, I believe it was August, September, somewhere in there. KW and Canva started a partnership, so you will now have access to a premium Canva account. So you're going to log in with your command username and password right here. The login is going to be a little bit different. You're going to go to canva.kw.com. This link right here is going to take you directly there, and you'll log in with your command username and password. And then from there. So it's not going to work just going to canva.com and entering your command, username, and password. To sign in, you do have to go to canva.kw.com. Just something to keep in mind. We have some templates linked right here, which I'm actually going to show you when we get back over to the Scott Lord Marketing website. And moving down even further, you'll see some additional logins down here. So you'll see Gemini AI, which is going to be Google's AI assistant. So with KW accounts, you do have access to a free Gemini AI Pro. Used to be AI Advanced. I think they just changed the name to Gemini AI Pro. But you do have access to that right there. So you can go sign in with your email and password. There's a link to it right there, but it's just gemini.google.com. And then there's some prompts right here, which again, we'll look at when we get to the Scott Lord Marketing website. Instacart is going to be a digital business card that you can use to share your contact information with people. So There's a link right here to Instacart's training. You do not have to, access that if you do not want to. We just put that there for your information. Um, but you'll have your sign-ins right here, your username or email address and password, as well as your digital shareable link right here. So you can go ahead and share that with people, and it will allow them to download your contact information directly to their phone. And then down below, we have Zoom right here. Zoom is going to be um, it's going to be a free basic account. We are not paying for a pro account for agents when we set it up, so it's just going to be a free basic account. If you do already have a premium or pro version, everyone calls it something a little different, but you would be able to just continue using your paid subscription if you'd prefer. We just set this up to make it a little easier for you. Next, you'll see the KW offerings. So this is going to be multiple cash offers and things like that for your houses offered through KW. So you can log in with these logins. There's an intro video right here that you can check out. And then further down, we have some helpful resources. So royalty-free media sites, KW Answers, KW Connect, KW Technology, and then our YouTube channel as well. Even further down, we have next steps, and this is going to be some different things that we can help with beyond onboarding. So you can send us your database to import up to 5 CSV files per agent per month. There's a tutorial on how to announce your move to KW, some 30-day and jumpstart challenges, biography tips and tricks, and again, our training videos right here. And then further down, you'll see some numbers and email addresses to keep on file. So KWRI, Keller Home Loans, DocuSign, our contact information, Twilio, things like that. So that covers this email right here. We're going to jump back over to the Scott Leroy Marketing website. So for anyone that's joined since we signed in here, it's going to be scottleroymarketing.com. I'm dropping that in the chat again for y'all. You'll just log in the top right corner. You'll click login and you'll enter your Market Center number. Today we're hanging out under this Agent Resources tab. We already covered the questionnaires and the tech refresh page. Next is new Canva training, and that is going to be a link to our YouTube playlist talking about the new KW Canva accounts. I do see a question in the chat. Is there a cost associated with creating an account on the SLM website? So you'll be able to sign in with your Market Center number, and that would just be included with our package with your Market Center. So access to the site should be included with your Market Center. Where do you find your Market Center number? You can reach out to your Market Center staff, or you can email us, support@scottleroymarketing.com, and we'd be happy to help you find that. A good place to check usually is a lot of Market Centers have an email that's like front desk, and then it has like a 3-digit number usually. After it, that would usually be your Market Center number. So if it's the email front desk, whatever at kw.com or KLRW for your MCA's email. Not all Market Centers use their emails of those. So if your Market Center does, that's a quick way to find it. But if not, we can still help you find it out. So no worries there. But again, this new Canva training right here, that is going to be a link to our YouTube playlist for the Canva account. Next, we have live webinars, and that's going to bring you directly to our live class, our live Zooms, when we're doing them like today's. So during our class time, you'll be able to just click this link and it'll bring you directly to this training. Next, we have the training section, and the first thing we have is our training calendar. I'm going to open that up in a new tab for you. So down here, you're going to see a link again to join the live webinar. It's going to be that same link we were looking at right there. All of our classes are recorded, and this right here is going to bring you to a playlist that has all of our videos. You can also find those on youtube.com with our Scott Leroy Marketing YouTube channel. You'll be able to find those. If we go down further, we're going to see a Google Calendar embedded into the website that has our calendar for the month. So you'll be able to go through and see what each of the classes are for the month. So you can click right here and see the name of the class, the date and time, you know, that it's via Zoom. All of them are going to be via Zoom. And then I'll have a brief summary for you, as well as a link to the Zoom. So you'll be able to see that for any of these classes. You can add individual ones to your calendar, or you can add the whole calendar to your Google Calendar if you'd like to be able to, access the calendar on the go or something like that. Moving down, you're going to see the printable training calendars below. So you'll be able to select your time zone here, and then you can see these. They're going to be sorted by day of the week. So you'll see our Monday classes, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then all through the week. And you'll be able to see the dates that those classes are hosted directly next to it. It'll tell you what the time for the classes are. Again, it's going to be the same time that we are meeting today. So it's going to be the same time every single day. So yeah, so then we're going to go back to our website. And then further down, you'll just see an overview of all of the classes. So you'll be able to go through and see just a brief summary of what we'll be covering in those classes. Moving further down, again, still in training, the next we have the SLM challenges. So this one is going to have a bunch of challenges that we have designed to help you with getting familiar with KW and the real estate market in general. So the SLM getting started is going to be a lot of helping you with real estate in general when you're just joining. And then the next one is Command. And so this one, I'm actually going to open that one up in a new tab as well. Wants to load for me. There we go. So our 30-day command challenge right here. So you'll be able to go down and see our 30-day challenge. So this one right here, I'm actually open this up so you can see it. It's going to be like a calendar broken down by days over 30 days. And you'll be able to see it has a bunch of different small tasks that you can complete to get familiar with Command. So if you go through, we also have this as a smart plan that can be added to your Command. And we do add it to your Command a lot of the times during onboarding, if your Mark Center has us setting that up. So you'll be able to go through, see that, and kind of just break it down a little better for you. It's a lot of information to learn at once. Even if you're, brand new licensed agent, or if you've been in real estate for a while, there's still a lot to learn when you switch brokerages or things like that. So those 30-day challenges are definitely going to help you out. There's also some jumpstart challenges, which break it down even further into 7 or 14 days. So you can go ahead and check those out if you'd like. Under training, there's Killer Cloud cheat sheets, which are just going to be some different documents that break down different parts of Command for you as well. And then our digital marketing tips, going to have digital marketing tips. So you'll see a bunch of videos in here, and you'll be able to go access them with how to market your listing opportunities and Designs 101 and things like that. So there's some great tips in there that you can definitely follow along too. Next, we have the recorded training classes right here. And this is going to link you to the YouTube playlist for each of these classes. So you'll be able to go through and find, maybe you want to look at DocuSign. You can go in right here and go to our DocuSign playlist. You'll be able to find the tip videos that we create, as well as all of our previous class archives for that class. And then next we have agent support. We'll be spending a good amount of time on here because this one has a lot of those goodies that we can help with. So as you move through, you'll see top rated. So these are going to be 3 of our most commonly used ones. So creating a new biography. I'm only going to go through a couple of I'm only going to open a couple of these just because they are all forms and that gets a little monotonous. So we'll just grab a couple of them so I can show you some differences. But pretty much all of them are just going to be forms for you to fill out if you want to have it completed. So for example, this one is updating your biography on KW profiles. So you'll enter your information in here. And then down below, it's going to say, do you have a new bio or would you like us to help write your biography? If you have one, you can just paste it in here and we can get that added to your command for you, and update those profiles for you. If you want help writing your biography, you can just click, please write my bio, enter a couple things you want highlighted. Maybe you've been in real estate for a couple years and you want to highlight that. Maybe you want to highlight something personal about yourself just to make it feel a little more personal. And you can enter that in here and we can help get that written for you. It can be a little complicated to know what to include or not include on biographies, so we're happy to help get that written for you and added to your command. Next, importing your database. Importing your database as CSV, BCF, numbers, Excel, or Sheets. You can upload those files for us, and we can get them reformatted and added to command. Command imports can be a little finicky when it comes to imports because it has to match a certain template, usually, which can require a good bit of legwork on it. So we try to make your life easier and help do that for you. Again, we can do up to 5 per agent per month. So you can feel free to either upload them here or you can send them to us via email, support@scottleroymarketing.com. Updating database contact information smart plan. So this is just going to be for us to add a smart plan to your command. That's going to allow you to go through and add your, you can add your contacts and it will allow you to go through and find which contacts have email addresses but don't have phone numbers, or have phone numbers but don't have email addresses, and then you can contact those clients and get that additional contact information. So that's a helpful smart plan for you to use. Moving further down under marketing support, we have a monthly newsletter smart plan that we can send out for you. So we create a new newsletter every single month. It's usually available within the first week of each month. So you're able to go either request that via this form, or you can go, email us, support@scottleroymarketing.com. Either way, we can get that added for you. It's going to be one we create each month, so you do need to request it again each month that you'd like it. Because we do create it new every single month. It's not an ongoing smart plan. So feel free to fill that out. We can get that sent out for you. Our marketing templates right here. So there's 2 other places actually that we're going to be able to find these marketing templates. So I'm going to circle back to this at the end. So we'll look at those marketing templates in a little bit here. Moving down, API Nation setup, importing top producer, smart plan setup. This is going to allow you to request the 10 KW created smart plans. So KWRI provides 10 smart plans, and we can help add all 10 of them or individual ones to you. Totally up to you. You can figure out which you'd like added or all of them, and we can get that set up for you. Spring Plan Smart Plan, that is actually going to be the same as this updating database contact information smart plan. They're the same thing. One name is just a little longer than the other. So you can feel free to check out either or both of those, but they are going to be the same form and the same smart plan. Moving further down, we have getting started. If we did complete your setup and you received one of these emails that we were talking about earlier, you likely have a lot of these things already set up. DocuSign set up. We've generally created a QR code for your website and your app link and things like that. If you're with a market sensor that uses .loop, we'll have that connected for you, and so on and so forth. But there's a couple other great things in here, like updating your headshot, importing your database. Again, that's actually going to be the same form as we saw up above for importing your database there. QR code creation, updating your biography, different things like that. And one thing I do want to point out is this KWLS open house right here. So the KWLS open house, actually, the method changed there. So you'll actually not want to fill out this form. We're working to remove this right now. But the KWLS open house, it used to be that when you had an open house, on one of your properties in the MLS, you had to add it to the KWLS as well. Now it will automatically show up in the KWLS once you've added it on your end to the MLS. So now you would just want to create an open house sign-in sheet. If you wanted to do that on your KW agent site, then you can do that. It does have to be linked to a specific property in order for it to work properly. It used to be just one sign-in sheet would work for all of the open houses. However, they changed it so now when someone completes an open house sign-in sheet that's linked to a specific property, it's actually going to show in your command database. Once that lead comes in, you'll be able to see what open house they were at. So super helpful. It'll allow you to link those directly. Moving further down, you have looking to rebrand. So if you're leaving a team, we can help update that information for you. If you're moving teams or joining a new team, you can fill that out and we can help get that updated for you, as well as updating your social media links on your profile, setting up your KW email, updating your phone number, website address, things like that. So we can help get those all set up for you. We can also help set up your email forwarding or create a KW email alias. So some great things we can help with through there. We have website support. So websites can be a little finicky sometimes. I think everyone probably knows that. So websites can be a little complicated. They're not everyone's cup of tea. So there's some things that we're happy to help add for you. We have some additional pages that we're able to help add, like the app download page, what's my home worth, the local school search, mortgage calculator. There's one other, I believe, in there. Probably see it in a minute. But this one you can request all of them, or you can request them individually. Totally up to you. We can help add testimonials for you. We can help set up domain forwarding if you have a third-party custom domain through a site like GoDaddy or Squarespace. We can help get that set up for you. We can help set up those featured listings that show on your website so it shows your listings. And things like that. And here's a link for the open house sign-in sheet so we can actually help create that for you so you don't have to go set that up yourself. We do have a tip video that walks you through how to create that sign-in sheet. So if you wanted to do it yourself, you could go find that on our YouTube channel, as well as NEO new construction. So it's fairly new. Not a lot of areas have NEO new construction yet, but if you are in an area that does have NEO new construction and you have a subscription, you can fill out this form and we can get it added to your website for you. Further down, you have build your business. So we have Zoom, TidyCal, and digital business card. There's also a link for the Canva account set up, but I do want to point out that now that we have the KW and Canva partnership, this one is still going to be a free basic account. You'll have access to your KW Canva account already. You don't need to have that set up additionally. So you probably don't even need to fill out this form right here because that's just going to be a free account. But Zoom and TidyCal as well as our digital business card. So Zoom and TidyCal, we can fill out one form for both of them. I'm going to open that up in a new tab so you can see it right here. But you'll be able to go through and fill it out. You can request all of them, all three, TidyCal, Zoom, or Canva. Or we can say we don't need Canva, so we'll just go with TidyCal and Zoom. Again, those are going to be free basic accounts, but you can fill that out and we can definitely help get those created for you. Back over here, the digital business card is going to be a separate form, just because it does require more information for us to get that created for you. Next, there's compliance updates. So if you are in an area that has specific compliance requirements, you can fill out these forms and we can help get those updated for you. And then finally, there's leadership support. I don't have the time to get into that today, but if you are in leadership, you can check out those resources, or under this tab right here, we have a bunch of resources for you. Or you can always email us if you have any questions or anything like that. But yeah, so that is going to be the agent support tab. And then we also have the marketing support. So the first thing under marketing support you'll see is our agent concierge. So our agent concierge is where we can create marketing for you. So we create that marketing collateral. If you scroll down, you'll have this form, and I'm actually going to walk you through how to fill out this form. But first, I want to scroll down just a little bit further, and you're going to see some of our most popular designs down here. These are going to be a bit bigger than you'll actually be able to see in this section right here, which is why I wanted to point it out. But you can go and expand all of these sections for most popular social posts, most popular flyers, postcards, things like that. But we'll go ahead and I'll walk you through filling this out. So we'll just go ahead and click start. It's going to ask, is this your first time requesting a marketing piece? So choose yes or no. I'm going to go ahead and say yes. What's your market center number? So you'll enter that in here. And we'll say next. Are you submitting this form for yourself or on the behalf of someone else? You may be wondering, why would I be filling it out for someone else? You would fill it out for someone else. Maybe someone's hosting an open house for you and you're helping create that marketing for them. Or maybe you're on a team and you're helping create it for another member of your team, or like you're the admin on the team or something like that. You would say for someone else. For today's class, I'm just going to say for myself. You'll enter your name, and then we'll hit next. Would you prefer to choose from our most popular designs or from all of the available designs? We're going to go ahead and say all available designs. I'm just going to say choose what you would like. So social post, postcard, flyer, or all of the above. We have that option too. We'll just say next, and then it's going to have us go through and pick our favorite design. Like I mentioned, these icons are a little small. So if you're looking at our most popular ones down below, you'll see a better idea of what they actually look like. Unfortunately, there's not currently a way to make these bigger, so we'll just squint. It'll be a little bit bigger at the end and we'll be able to review it. So we'll just find one that we like. Next, same thing with flyers. We'll go through and find one that looks good. I mean, they all look good, but and then postcards, it's going to be the same thing. Some of them you'll see the front and back on there. I'll go with that one. Then you can enter the property address for the listing that you are advertising. Just grab that. And then our listing status. So if it's for sale, just sold, pending, just listed. If you have an open house or it's under contract, you'll just select those right there. We're going to go ahead and say open house. And then we're going to enter our date and time of the open house. So these ones right here, I meant to say, any of them except the open house one aren't going to ask you for the date and time of the open house, and then they'll just move to the contact information, which we'll see after this page right here. So then we'll add the date and time of our open house. So we'll say it's Saturday, November 15th. I think that's this Saturday. If not, just pretend with me. From, we'll say 1 to 3 p.m. And then we'll just click next. It's going to have us enter our business email address. Ooh, there we go. And then the phone number. I'm going to grab that from down here. So I have something in that field. And then we'll say next. If you have your headshot you want to add, you can upload it here. You have personal logo, you can upload that here as well. Any comments or compliance requirements that you need to enter, you can put those in here and we'll make sure we get that set up for you. And then you'll just click review and submit. It's going to let you see all of the answers that you selected throughout the entire thing. And you can go click edit on those if you entered something incorrectly, or you'll see these a little bigger. So if you decide you want to select a different design, you can just click edit. It's going to take you right back to that direct question instead of making you go all the way through all over again. So you do have that option to go through. And then once you have all of that, you're just going to click submit right here. I'm not going to click submit. I don't want our team creating this right now. But you can go ahead and submit it once you have it exactly how you'd like it. One thing I do want to note on this is we do always request 1 to 2 business days. So please allow enough time for us to get this completed. If you have an open house this Saturday and you're filling out the form on Friday at 5 p.m., It's likely not going to be done in time, so please just allow 1 to 2 business days so that we can get it done for you. We do want to be able to help you with that, but we just need a little bit of time so our team can actually go in and create that for you. So just something to keep in mind there. Also under agent resources, so this agent concierge we were looking at, meant to mention this earlier. We saw, I said there was going to be, the free templates are going to show up in 3 different places. So that was one of them. This is going to be the other. And then under real estate marketing right here, that's going to bring us to this agent concierge page as well. Meant to point that out earlier. Sorry. Next, we have Gemini Pro and ChatGPT prompts right here. So if you are using AI, we have a bunch of prompts in here. It doesn't matter what you use, Google Gemini Advanced or Pro or ChatGPT or another site, it doesn't really matter. But we have some tips for asking questions, so be specific and local focused, give your constraints there. And then we have hundreds of prompts through here. So there's some top prompts right here, and then we have them broken down by sections. So buyers, sellers, pricing and market analysis, marketing and advertising, and so on and so forth. We have tons of different prompts in here that you can just enter into whatever AI assistant you like to use, whether that's ChatGPT or Gemini or Perplexity or Grok or something along those lines. So it doesn't matter which one you like to use, so you can go through and you can use that however you'd like. Next, we have the monthly blog and monthly newsletter. Monthly blog is going to be similar to our monthly newsletter, and you'll want to request those individually each month if you do want to take a look at those. If you want those added, you'll have to request them individually each month so that we can create them and add them for you. And then finally, we have templates. So we have a bunch of Canva templates that you can choose from. So we have them separated by the type of design. So we have KW Classic, Luxury, Modern, Black and White, and then our old templates that we created. But we'll look at KW Classic. And then we have a ton of different types of designs. So business cards, email signatures, there's multiple different ones for email signatures, flyers, brochures, social media posts, postcards, Zoom backgrounds. There's a lot of them that we use. I think we have the most under KW Classic, but we have a ton under each of those categories we were looking at. So you can go in and you can select one you want to edit. For example, we'll just go with this email signatures. We're just going to say use in Canva. You will have to be signed into your KW Canva account in order to edit these. But you can go look through, get a preview of what all of these look like, and then you'll have an idea what ones you want to use. We can just say view template. I'm going to say open in editor if we're signed into our KW Canva. And then once you're in here, you'll have access to edit all of the email signatures that are in that file. So then you can go in, find the one that you like, and then go replace that image and go fill out all of this information. We do always recommend checking with your Market Center staff to confirm any compliance requirements for signatures because it is a form of advertising. So we do always want to recommend that you check with your Market Center staff to make sure your signature or any other design you're creating for marketing is completely compliant. They're going to be the best people to guide you on that. We obviously aren't able to know each localized requirement for each state and market center. So your Market Center staff would be the best people to reach out about that. That sums up our class today. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap up this recording and get to some of the questions in the chat. If you're not sticking around for questions, thank you for joining me. Hope you have a fantastic rest of your week. I hope this class was helpful for you. And again, if you have questions later on, you can always reach out to us via email, support@scottleroymarketing.com.